If an essential oils company developed an age-reversing elixir that turns everyone into zombies in a country full of people already deeply brain damaged by a lead-contaminated water supply, what would you do? The Wani Juarez company reinvented the T-virus with an herbal infusion that caused zombies to stop attacking whenever there's precipitation. Will our heroes use this natural advantage to their benefit with a well-forecasted strategy, or have they drank too much unfiltered municipal water? Let's find out. In this How to Beat video, I'm going to break down the mistakes made, what they should have done, and ultimately figure out how to beat the herbal zombies in the ELIXIR. We start out enjoying a party, ruined by some jerk-off with a stuck accelerator. Some people, your pedal's stuck, not your steering wheel. At least have the decency to wrap yourself around a tree. Let's find out who this scumbag is. My god, it's a zombie. It's a good thing he's stuck with his arm pretzeled around the steering wheel. Otherwise, he might have been able to... If zombies are crashing cars and leaping onto people, whatever virus causing this must have already spread far and wide, meaning we have very little time to escape before another Toyota full of the undead gets launched into our house. We need to execute an extraction plan, and fast. What's everyone doing? Why are you all nonchalantly breaking down the party? Why is this guy waxing his Benz? Why is this chick doing sunrise yoga? For f***'s sake, little bro here's taking 30 minutes to whiz because he's somehow pee-shy while in the middle of nowhere. He's actually asking the fauna permission to urinate on them. This isn't the happening. M. Night Shyamalan isn't a nature god. And honestly, you're probably shy because your mom is basically resting her chin on your shoulder. Tell her to take a hike.
Oh iya betul mah. Tuh kan.
Apparently, they're all one big family, and their dad is the founder and CEO of Wani Juarez, a failing essential oils company. Well, it was failing until they stumbled into a breakthrough with one of their Hail Mary experimental elixirs. Before the initial success of his miracle anti-aging T-virus potion, the CEO was planning to sell the company and hand the proceeds to his children, and those kids were practically vibrating at the thought of that payout. Nerds, Raycon's new bone conduction headphones just dropped. What's bone conduction? It's the latest in off-ear music technology. The sound completely bypasses your ears, vibrating 22 Gs through my skull and into my brain meat. It's a totally safe and effective way to listen to crystal clear music, podcasts, and calls.
Where's my money, bitch?
And since my ears aren't obstructed by a pair of buds, I can easily multitask and stay aware of my situational awareness. Bone conduction has an inherent structural awareness mode built in. It's nice that I don't have to pop these out every time someone says something to me, and if they're annoying,
Anyway,
I can still
how's
point
your
to the
sex
headphones and shake my head. They'll be quiet, confused, and taken aback, which is right where you want them. They're still light like other Raycon buds, IP68 water resistant, and come with a deep 13 hours of battery life. There's nothing that I do that bone conductors can't keep up with. So these bone conduction headphones probably cost a chunk more, right? Wrong. Raycon gives you premium performance without the premium price tag. Their quality rivals the big audio brands, but at half the cost. Plus, over 3 million customers already love Raycon, and they come with a 30-day happiness guarantee. Black Friday's around the corner. Raycon audio products are up to 30% off site-wide. From everyday essentials to the latest releases, it's the perfect time to upgrade your sound or get ahead on gifting. Click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/nerdbc to get up to 30% off during Raycon's Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale. This message is sponsored by Raycon. But uncharacteristically, the boss decided to test the first dose on himself, and it worked. Deeper voice, darker and fuller hair, glowing skin, actual energy, and a thicker mojo in the bedroom. the whole package. After realizing this eternal youth elixir could resurrect both his body and his business, he decided he's not selling anything. I don't blame him. With that kind of product, Wani Juarez could become the most powerful company on the planet. It's like a plant-based super TRT you don't have to stab yourself in the with, mixed with the promise of every anti-aging procedure, supplement, topical, and D-pill if they actually worked. No surgery, no lasers, no needles, just a swiggin' to go. Honestly, I'm shocked he had the guts to try it on himself first. What a good guy. A lot of CEOs, myself included, would have tested it on other, less important people first, fully understand the side effects before ever putting it in our own bodies. Meanwhile, all his children are that their dad isn't selling the company anymore. But screw them. They haven't done a single meaningful thing. They're mad that he won't sell a crappy essential oils brand for pennies on the dollar, even though they're holding a golden ticket to the express train straight to the top. They don't even need a resume. They just have to be in the general proximity of their dad, moderately useful, and the world is theirs. If I were his son, I'd already be planning out how to secure a monopoly on the product by locking down the entire ingredient supply chain, figuring out how to influence and bribe lobby politicians to protect full privatization, and to pass anti-compete legislation that would knock off any companies trying to enter the space, and designing a distribution model that dilutes the product just enough to create a lifelong dependence subscription that milks customers for as much money as possible, instead of allowing customers to benefit their lives from a single one-and-done swig. All the family drama with his ungrateful children is really making him angry. His Twitch streamer son ends the massacre with a crossbolt through his dad's temple. Cool. So, you're all now aware that your dad created a zombie virus, used it on himself, and bit 2 other people who will now turn into zombies as well. Right? Wrong. The amount of times these bozos stand around getting attacked by the infected while yelling, "What's wrong with you? Stop, you're hurting me," is driving me up a wall. Ness actually gets out of the car and walks right up to a disgusting, hideous, psycho-looking Z eating the groundskeeper. What are you trying to do? Mindlessly drum up conflict? For the love of Christ, can someone use their brain and execute a plan? There we go. Oh, great. This baboon actually gets out of the car too and no shit says, "We have to get her to a hospital." Then the 2 of them go back into the blood-soaked house to wander around looking for their friends. You just can't save some people. All of you need to die so that we can transition to a new set of characters that actually have cortical folds in their brains. Uh-oh. That chick he ran over turned into a crawler. What the hell did Wani Juarez put in that elixir? If we could just harness these side effects. Think of the combat applications for unstoppable super soldiers. Think about the pre-workout market. Ah, okay. So this all occurred the morning before the party. Got it. Right, so the car crashed, everyone's getting bitten, everybody's turning, and what's left of the Wani Juarez dynasty is fleeing for their lives, fighting zombies off with rakes. Obviously, a mere rake is not gonna stop this dude, but it doesn't have to. The rain seems to entrance them. It's as if the zombies are like plants that are enjoying getting watered. These characters are so dumb and inept that they literally got saved by little droplets of water falling from the sky. Pathetic.
This is stupid.
I'm not entirely sure what the scientific mechanism of action is that's causing Z's to get mesmerized by precipitation. I'm not sticking around to find out either. All I know is we'd better keep a watering can or squirt gun on standby. It's possible we could sprint from house to house, using each place's garden hose to shut down any zombies chasing us until we find a good place to hold up in. It sounds dumb, and it is. But what else are they gonna do? It's not like they can could just run down to the local Crossroads Mall and stock up on Walmart-grade shotguns. The two group of survivors both get on comms and agree to meet up at the chief's house. Hopefully, that is a fortifiable position and not just some house. Knowing these clowns, it's an open concept villa with floor-to-ceiling windows. I mean, for f***'s sake, Ness starts honking their car horn outside to let the other group of survivors know where they are.
I mean, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm really asking.
While surrounded by zombies, she is quite possibly the dumbest character in a zombie movie I've ever witnessed. This is the type of person that you strangle to death, dump out the car, and later tell everybody that she got bitten. And what is the dude bicycling around thinking? I don't know if it's the English dubs, but holy shit, these people are stupid. Yeah, probably has something to do with the front end being crumpled up into a ball of foil after the 40-mile-an-hour head-on collision with another vehicle. After being spotted, they duck into a nearby shack. Well, the woman does. The guy picks up a garden tool and stays outside to fight it. Somehow, he survives, despite being soaked in infectious bodily fluids. Oh wait, no, he got bit on the hand. I mean, what did you expect, trying to fight a zombie with a rake? He says his final goodbyes to his son, then excuses himself 4 feet across the room before turning into a zombie. Didn't even have the decency to step outside. Karina finally defeats Rudy by unintentionally letting him ram headlong through the door, shish kebabbing himself on a, frankly, negligently placed spike thing. Better finish him off. Don't want him sliding off that spike and attacking you later. Oh, you're just gonna leave him alive. Great. Sure that won't literally bite you in the ass later. Let's see how Ness and the other guys are doing. Huh, better than expected, honestly. The truck driver gets out to help them, leaving his cattle car unattended. Not a single one of the passengers noticed a literal horde running up the road from like a mile away. Everyone just sorta stands around until it's their turn to die. With the level of IQ in this country, I guess pretty much everyone's gonna be dead within the first day or two. Ness and Bam Bang walk into the local police station and fail to describe the situation accurately at all. Pretty much all they say is that there's people outside, there's chaos, and that they need a car. Again, maybe it's an English dub, but based on their actions, it would make complete sense that their dialogue is equally dumb.
Bien, gracias. Y tú.
Well, the entire police force rolls out to the truck massacre, totally ignorant because nobody clearly described the threat, and all get killed within seconds. Just more people standing around waiting to die. Oh wait, to be fair, one of the cops did fire his weapon into the air before being consumed. A true action hero to the end. We're about halfway into the movie, and not a single person has activated more than 7 brain cells. The police station is now under assault. Apparently, the police captain made it back inside, and Ness and Bam Bang, after watching countless people turn into zombies, just stand there, waiting for him to turn, instead of curb stomping his neck until his spine is fine powder. The real brain virus isn't the one turning people into zombies, it's the one making everyone else stand around blankly in the middle of danger. Holy sh**, someone did something. Ooh, look at that armory. Bam Bang tells the cop he needs to radio the other stations for backup, and at least warn them so they don't walk in blind. The cop shoots back with, "What am I supposed to say? Nobody will believe me." So they decide to only tell the other stations that there is a riot going on. Brilliant. Now your rescue team is gonna roll in with non-lethal or less lethal gear. How do you think that that's gonna go? Your captain just took 5 rounds to the upper chest like it was nothing, and he's still alive. Yep, their backup was immediately chewed up. The good part is these zombies can't climb. The bad part is I don't think these zombies are gonna die from exposure. While there does seem to be plenty of guns and ammo, I wouldn't waste it on Z's that are sitting ducks. It's better to make a long spear, get on the roof, and start putting holes in heads. I think the most annoying part here is that these two women are crying about their previous estranged relationship while sitting right next to an untouched armory, with an entire horde banging on the front door that could come down at any second. All I'm saying is I'd be slung up like hot fuzz. After the cop gets off the phone with his bae, he cooks up a plan to rescue her. Here it is. They're gonna use a couple of confiscated 99-cent fireworks as a diversion. Once the rocket goes pops, and all 800 zombies turn to see what it was, they're gonna leave the safety of their building, hop on a motorcycle, and drive all the way to wherever his girl is holed up at. She'll then leave the safety of her building too. He'll throw her on the bike, then they'll drive all the way back to the station. I'm guessing Bam Bang will have to light another rocket to distract the zombies again, and then the cop, with his girlfriend, the other woman, and the child all piled onto the back, will gun it off an overturned Apple wagon and fly over the zombies like Evel Knievel, landing safely on the roof of the police station. They're doing all of this at night, when it's even harder to drive or navigate. They're also giving Kness a gun, which is probably the most dangerous part of the entire plan. Oh, and the cop's girlfriend, Kingse, never mentions that she has the other woman and child with her. She just tells her cop boyfriend where she is, which is some random shed in the middle of nowhere that would be absurdly difficult to find in a situation like this. The cop says he'll come to pick her up on his motorcycle. She hangs up, turns to the woman and child and says, "My boyfriend is coming to pick us up." No, he's coming to pick you up, because you never mentioned them, and he's on a motorcycle that cannot possibly carry all three of you, at least not with the speed and maneuverability required to juke all the zombies littered across the roads. I'm sorry, but everyone is much better off sitting tight for now. But where's the fun in that? Alright, let's see how it goes. With a proficient team like this, I can't wait to see how they pull this off. The firework diversion successfully diverts the zombies until a straggler spots them and they open fire with their automatic rifles. Quick to think on his feet, Officer Ramen instructs his centurions to deploy the shield wall. That's a joke. True to form, everyone just freezes in place while the horde rushes them from both sides and overruns them completely. At this point, Kness NDing around into the back of my head would be a mercy. Glad to see they really thought through a contingency plan for the moment that they were spotted and actually had to fire their weapons. Apparently, it never occurred to them that if a cheap firework would attract all the zombies, it would work equally well the second someone pulled the trigger. Well, they're all dead. Oh, never mind. It started raining. See, the rain confuses the zombies. Who'd have thought the plot device which saves all of these idiots is rain? The best part is they don't even use it. With the zombies temporarily incapacitated, they slowly slink around each one, as if the sound of their footsteps will wake them up. You all should be in a dead sprint back to the station. On the other side of town, Rudy breaks free of the pipe and starts assaulting Ningse, Karina, and the child, drawing more zombies to their location. In a Hail Mary, they crank on the Vespa and bust out of there, eventually linking up with Kness. With the zombie horde also temporarily distracted by the fireworks that she lit off a second ago, they all hug it out in the middle of the street. A nice, long, heartwarming reunion is really what they need right now. Shocker, the zombies turn around and attack them. All three women hop into the truck and plow their way back to the station while screaming each time they hit a zombie. Of course, once they're almost to the station, the brakes stop working, and they ram the truck directly through the front of the police station. effectively destroying their holdout location. Glad they didn't waste any energy boarding up the windows. No joke, I actually expected that to happen. I get that Karina doesn't really know how to drive a manual. Maybe she forgot that she could clutch in, throw it in neutral, and rip the parking brake. But the obvious move here is to not drive the truck straight through the front door. That's the only safe location in the entire area, and it's where your entire team of survivors is holed up at. It would have been smarter to hit the flagpole, one of the nearby stone walls, or even roll it in the field behind the building. At which point, Bam Bang could have fired off a couple more fireworks and you could all stroll right back inside. Please, God, let this be the end of their lives. I'm sure right when they're all about to be eaten, it'll rain again. Bam Bang is hopelessly pinched under the truck, despite Karina and Kness using their combined 100 pounds of muscle mass to lift the truck off of him. Wait, it's not even the truck, it's like a cabinet or something. Really, guys? And here I thought a mother could lift thousands of pounds with the power of hysterical strength. Really though, it's a waste of energy. The zombies will flood this place and Bam Bang ain't walking anywhere. Just give him a knife so he can go out fighting. Sorry, brah. Can't spare the guns and ammo. Oh god. Ningsa gets chewed on by the zombie captain that they had put behind bars. Why the hell was this guy left alive? Someone should have put a bullet through his brain the second those bars closed. I can barely watch this movie. That cell would have made an excellent Alamo. They should have staged the weapons, ammo, medical supplies, food, water, everything in there as a fallback point if it hit the fan hard. Sure, they would be trapped, but they'd still be alive, and they could either pick off the zombies through the bars or wait for help. Ramen gets swarmed shortly after, too. Again, everyone basically stands around doing nothing while waiting for their turn to die. Well, not nothing. Karina and Kness are tugging on Bam Bang's collar trying to pull him to safety. Unfortunately, he's not budging. You know, cause a 200-pound steel cabinet edge is lodged halfway into his femur. Gee, I don't know why he's being so stubborn and refusing to come with them. And his final heroic move, Bam Bang lights their last firework and tosses it into the fuel puddle, blowing the truck up and consuming all the zombies in a giant ball of fire. Uh-oh, Kness was bitten too. Looks like it's down to Karina to protect her child now. Wow, such a powerful emotional moment. Two estranged friends making peace with one another, and a long-lost friend they were once at odds with now being tasked with raising her son. Kness pulls out a couple rockets she stashed in her back pocket, lures the Z's away, and puts the 9 to her head. The movie ends with Karina and her new son motoring off into the distance, with basically the entire world being overrun by the ELIXIR-based zombie virus, which was sent out across the world at the start of the movie. Hate to say it, but everyone was pretty much dead meat from the rip. For that reason, I think the movie was unbeaten. Moral of the story? I don't think we really learned anything here, guys. I gotta be honest.